Hi guys, Tracy here. I'm going to teach you how to make a roller bottle, a spray, fill a veggie cap, and fill your diffuser. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how to fill a 5 milliliter bottle, a 10, your choice, it doesn't matter. The recipes from my favorite recipes sheets call for a 10 milliliter. 20 drops is generally the amount you want to put in this tall one. But when you're using a 5 milliliter, you just cut everything in half. So I'm going to just use a 5 milliliter to start with. But I have my oils all ready to go here, the ones that I'm going to put in this particular recipe. I chose Sleep and Calming from my favorite recipe sheet. And I'm going to add some Serenity and some I've got the wrong thing. Some Serenity and some Breathe is what I'm actually going to add. I grabbed the wrong ones, but that's okay. So I'm going to add, it calls for 20 drops and 20 drops. I'm going to cut it in half to 10, and all I'm going to do, and I'm going to have to stop and count while I'm doing this, but you're going to hold the bottle at a 45-degree angle, wait for the first drop to come out. Every oil has a different viscosity or a different density, so some of them come out faster than others, so just be aware of that. And you'll know pretty much as you get more comfortable with the oils and more experience which ones come out a little bit quicker. So just start counting as soon as the first one comes out. If they're coming out slow or too fast and you lose a couple drops or you put in a few extra drops, don't worry about it. We don't have to be exactly precise. Just 20 drops in a 10 milliliter is the general rule of thumb. Again, I'm using 20 here, I'm using 10 drops because I have the smaller bottle. So I'm going to start dripping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My first oil, which was Serenity. That is not correct. And my next one is Balance. I'm going to put in 10 drops of Balance. About a 45. Looks like I'm a little bit more than 45, but you'll see. 1, 2, 3. This one's a little slower. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can see the difference in the way the oil comes out. It just depends on how thick each oil is. It's a good idea to have your oil caps off instead of doing what I'm doing and try to do them with one hand. So there's my oils. Depending on what the recipe calls for, it might call for, a couple more oils, but this one only called for 2. Then I'm going to get my fractionated coconut oil. Now I'm using one with a pump that I got from Amazon. doTERRA has it as well. But what I'm doing is I'm putting the pump right inside the bottle. That keeps the mess down a little bit. I'm just carefully pumping it till it gets up to the shoulder part, I'm going to call it. And there's my roller bottle. Give it a little shake. Sometimes it's a real pretty color. And you're going to get your roller bottle top and put this on. I'm not going to take the time because it does take a little bit of force. Put this on, put your lid on, screw your lid on, and that will help push it down as well. And then you're going to want to label this. Label, label, label. You will not remember what's in there. Trust me. I know. I've been there. Have your oil stickers that you can get for 50 cents in your back office when you place your order. You can just stick one, I put in Balance and Serenity. I would just put 2 stickers on here to remind me. Or another option is I have a little label maker that I bought, a Dymo, D-Y-M-O label maker, and I just printed off some labels that I stuck on that way. So however you choose to do it. You can also print off your own address labels with Avery templates if you want to get real fancy and print them off that way. But wipe this off really well, stick your labels on, and you're ready to use it. It's very convenient once you have them in that roller bottle. Sorry, I got interrupted there for a second. Spray bottles. Easy, have it, ready to go. You're going to actually follow pretty much the same recipe that's in the roller bottle, only you're going to put it in the spray bottle. Fill it with some distilled water after that. I use distilled. You can use your tap water if you so choose. Put your spray top back on. Give it a little shake every time you use it. Again, label with these labels or with a hand label. You can buy pretty labels at the craft store. Hand write it, whatever you do, label it so you know what that's for in the future. Veggie cap. Veggie caps look like this. They are little, they're called vegetable caps. You can buy them from doTERRA, a really big bottle from them. It's really cheap. They just come apart. Hopefully you can see that. A little short half and a little tall half. I generally start with the tall half. Again, you're going to hold your oil at a 45-degree angle. Drop in. I usually put in 2 drops of each, but sometimes the recipe that you're following will suggest how many oils to put in there. Have your lids off the oil, the oil bottles again. Put your pieces back together, pop it in your mouth, and take it with some water. You have to do it right away. You can't make them in advance and set them aside and expect to come back to them. They will have dissolved by then and your oils will be wasted. So make them as you need them. Pop them in your mouth. You can take them with food if you prefer, and they're easy to do that way. Another thing I wanted to talk about was your diffuser. So if you have the pedal diffuser or whatever diffuser, if you have one from some other place other than doTERRA, whatever, doesn't matter, just so you have one or several, one in each room. Make sure the one you purchase is just 2 pieces, the base and 1 top, 1 lid. There are some that have 3, 4 little pieces, little turny pieces, and to me that's just too cumbersome. I don't want to mess with that, so I make sure my diffusers only have 2 pieces, that's all. So you're going to take your top off. You're going to find the fill line. There's always going to be a fill line in there somewhere. This one, the red part is the top, is the fill line. But look for the fill line. Fill your water to that fill line, not past it, because diffusers don't work well when you're above the fill line. So that fill line is very important to pay attention to. Put in 3 to 5 drops of essential oil of your choice. Create a blend. If you're going to create a blend with multiple oils, you don't have to do 3 or 4 drops of each one, just a couple drops of each one. But you can tweak it, you know, according to whatever smells good for you. Put your lid back on after you fill it with your water and your oils. Plug it in. Check your settings and make sure you understand your settings. They're generally simple. You press it once for continued mist, press it twice for maybe a light, press it another time for intermittent. So just read your directions, make sure you understand what all the little push button choices are. They generally don't have a lot of buttons, but some of them do. It just depends on the model that you're buying. Intermittent means it's going to run a little bit longer because it's turning on, turning off, turning on, turning off. And that gets more time out of that particular session. Something just slipped my mind that will come back that I wanted to tell you about the diffuser. But when it comes back, I will let you know. Make sure you go get your favorite recipe pages from the Files tab. You can print off, I have my oil is now what as well. That's going to give you some information. We talked about that in another video, but it's good to remind you. Oh yeah, the diffuser. I knew it would come back to me. Make sure your diffuser goes off automatically. 99% of them are that way, so when the water gets to a certain level, the diffuser will turn off all by itself. I did purchase one several years ago that did not have that feature, and I did not like it at all. I worried about it not going off. So make sure it says somewhere on there that it turns off automatically when the water level drops really low. Then you don't have to worry about it. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you got a lot of good information from it. If you have any questions, reach out to me or your enroller and get them answered. And enjoy your oils. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.